You know, if this was still an audio-only show, we could do it without pants on. Hey, guys! Welcome!
That's why you can't see
another episode of Comiholics, episode number 32, here on the Pop Culture Network. As always, this guy hasn't done all his reading. I don't have anything more to add to that. I was just throwing that out there. I'm just making it known. Making it known.
That's the punchline?
That's it. That's all I got. And thank you. Good evening.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
No, we've got a lot of stuff to cover here. We're going to talk a little bit about Wizard World, St. Louis. Really? That's your overall assessment right there. Okay. I picked up some independent comics. We're going to talk about those.
The ones that you have available.
We also read a couple of trades that neither of us have...
Mine was a hardcover, not a trade.
Oh, mine was a trade.
And, whatever random stuff we're reading. And at the end, we'll wrap it up with some preview of C2E2, which is coming up this weekend.
Yay!
Yay! We're getting wasted in Chicago.
Thank you, guys.
So, you're welcome.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, well, you should be. So, you want to get started?
Sure.
Where's your stack?
It's right here.
Okay, let's jump right into Superior Spider-Man.
Let us jump right into Superior Spider-Man.
Let us do that.
Starting, which we shall much with that.
Well,
be
just get everybody up to speed. Committed. As we know, Doc Ock has possessed Peter Parker's body. Peter Parker is presumably dead now. He is now a ghost that can still somewhat influence Doc Ock in Peter Parker's body.
So in the latest issue, number 8, Doc Ock is able to actually figure out that Peter Parker's inside his mind. And now he's going to attempt to get Parker out. Which, by the way, issue 9...
But you're also skipping a few things. There was an intervention by the Avengers.
Well, I was going to set up something here.
Okay.
I was trying to get to a particular point.
You just jumped right into the end.
You just had that.
You know.
I know, because I was getting to up here. Which the point being that number 9 is sitting there waiting for us. We haven't read yet, but we will read it and we'll talk about it on the C2E2 episode because we'll record a Comiholics while we're up there.
So tell the folks about our C2E2 episode coming up. I'm kind of excited about it.
We're going to record a show at C2E2.
But didn't the new
what?
The new format?
Well, no. We'll do a Comiholics at C2E2, but then we're also going to do the first episode of Pop Culture Network, the show, at C2E2.
Which will probably...
So 2 shows.
Basically, so there'll be a Comiholics light, if you will, involved with that.
Basically, we'll do a Comiholics up there talking about whatever we've read and then some of the stuff comic-related, but for Pop Culture Network, the show... we're actually going to attempt to do some maybe quick interviews with a couple creators up there, talk to some guys in Artist Alley, along with some of the toy stuff and video game stuff we will also be covering for Pop Culture Network, the show.
Very exciting
But we'll have the comic-specific and comic-centric episode of Comiholics drunk from the hotel room at the Hard Rock Hotel in Chicago.
Thanks to our boss.
Because, yes, we're staying at the Hard Rock Hotel.
Downtown. Last time we were in the David Bowie suite. It was really cool.
Well, no,
One time I was on the Tina Turner. And it was fantastic.
Well, David Bowie's... There's a picture of David Bowie, like, in front of the toilet. So when you're peeing, it's
he's like looking down.
Shut your mouth.
But the front was like Fleetwood Mac or something in the TV room. I was like, that's stupid.
Rock,
but the bathroom, the bedroom, that was all Bowie. And I'm down with that.
So, what are you guys' major plans for C2E2?
Well, okay, wait.
Do you have anybody? You have me?
We will talk about C2E2 at the end of the show.
Really?
We'll get to that. For now. All right, now what's the other crap you want to talk about? Superior Spider-Man?
I'm afraid to talk to you now. Man, you're angry. Let it out. Drink a beer. Chug it. So, no, what else I want to talk about was Superior Spider-Man. Mother Superior Spider-Man. Is, this whole part where Doc Ock is still a killer, In fact, he killed that Mayhem guy. So the Avengers decide they know that something's wrong with Peter Parker. They haven't quite figured it out. So they decide they're going to basically give him a physical and run him through the ringer and try to figure out what's wrong with Peter Parker. Because Peter Parker's not a killer. Peter Parker's not like this this person that'll make really quick decisions that could terminate somebody's life, you know, and it gets out of hand. The Avengers do all these scans on him and stuff. And at the very end, Captain America is basically like, nope, he's not a Skrull. It's like they weren't, you know, they're looking for everything else other than the fact that
it's Doc Ock inside his brain.
Doc Ock's soul is, you know, possessing Peter Parker. And then, like you mentioned in issue 8 at the end, Doc Ock gets this, like, brain scan machine that, it was kind of clever. I like the lines in it, towards the end.
Well, why don't you grab that issue and read off some of those lines? Yeah, what you got?
We're on a highway to hell tonight.
You're on the wrong issue.
It is 32.
That's the issue before. You need the one after with Cardiac on the cover.
I just had it. There it is.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, folks.
Riveting.
Hold on.
Riveting.
Drum roll.
This part.
I don't know. I just... Peter Parker's talking about, you know, don't get used to it, Otto. So you put one into the win column. Doesn't mean you're going to stop fighting. I'm going to stop fighting you. I'm going to find a way back. And then Doc Ock says, "No, Peter, you won't." Like he
hears him.
Yeah, somehow he finally is able to hear the ghost talking in his head, and then he's got this. What is this like? This robot, this killer robot that I'm assuming is going to do some surgery on him.
I'm guessing.
And remove
which we will find out. We will talk about
later
on the C2E2 episode of Comiholics.
So that's all I have to say about that one. Oh, what else is going on? I finally finished up Requiem and all of that.
Well, they don't necessarily all tie in together, except they're just related.
They're
to
all
the death
separate.
of Damien.
Which one did you? Which one were you moved by the most? Because it's some pretty depressing stuff. Really depressing stuff. So this one was just the regular Batman title, which I know.
Like, I don't remember what happened.
I know you don't like the
specifically
art in that one,
each. Like, I'm trying to remember what the storyline was specifically in each of them.
This is the one I believe. Just the regular Batman title is the one where he kind of goes on a rampage. Yeah. He like gets it out by just going on a rampage and pushing himself to like the absolute limit.
Oh yeah, but
then he runs into
the Harper Row. I hate that character.
Okay.
I hope I never see her again. So
Okay.
no, not that one.
Okay.
Here, let me see. Do I have the other?
And then I believe Batman and Robin was more of a reflection on.
I think I have the Batman Incorporated.
I haven't continued on Batman. Yeah, okay. This is the one where he just basically tear asses through town, and he keeps imagining Damien with him.
Different spots, yeah, stuff he would do. I thought that was better. I thought that was a better one than
I did too.
Anything with Harper Row.
And at the end, you know, the bat signals on, and on the roof there's just like all this mass of villains that he's like taken down and are just scattered all over the rooftop. I don't know. It's a good issue.
Was it?
Yeah, it's good.
Was it good?
Mm-hmm. Although that's the sad part is I've always loved Batman and Robin, and now there's no Robin.
You know, I thought when it was Dick Grayson and Damien, I thought it was a great title.
Do you think Dick's gonna come back?
No. No, because he actually left. He left Gotham. He moved to Chicago.
That's right.
Yeah, he's no longer in Gotham City. Like, he got away from Batman.
But he went to, like, a named city?
Yeah, he went to a real city.
Not right.
What
are you saying? What you talking about, Willis?
Let's see. Oh, no, Batman Incorporated. I like Batman Incorporated. The follow-up, because it showed him defeating Damien's grown-up clone that killed Damien. It shows Knight, the British one, his royal funeral, and the Squire becoming the new Knight, which I kind of like getting that follow-up type of stuff. Yeah, I think... Oh, and it's got Bat Cow. I mean, come on.
What's up with the Bat... Okay, what's the Bat Cow? I didn't read this issue.
Okay,
so...
Bat Cow. Bat Cow makes another appearance. Like, Bat Cow represents what's left of Damien, basically. Oh, you want it back up?
Yep.
Cameraman's asking for it back up.
That's right.
Look, there's Bat Cow. He's telling you eat more chicken, Chick-fil-A.
Yay.
Like, they went into some, I forget where it was, but like in a slaughterhouse, there was somebody hiding out, a Leviathan agent, whatever, and this cow just happens to be like still alive in the back, and his markings kind of look like he's got a bat across his face. So Damien calls him Bat Cow, takes him back to the Bat Cave, and makes Alfred take care of it and wash it and feed it, and that's like his pet. So his pet is this
What about
cow.
the Great Dane?
Yeah, screw that dog.
You don't like the Great Dane?
I love Bat Cow.
That's a great bar in Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Bat Cow. So anyway,
I saw garbage there one time.
I see garbage all over the place.
I know, right? It's Springfield.
but Bat Cow represents what's left of Damien.
Okay.
So this was Damien. This is the pet that Damien chose for himself.
It's pretty deep.
Oh, now you've done it.
Oh, what did I do? Oh.
So that's your favorite then?
So yeah, I'd say the Batman
Bat
Incorporated.
Cow. Okay.
The follow-up was
moving along, Walking Dead. Talk about 108.
Hold
You
it.
wanna talk
Hold
about
it.
No, I mean you can talk about it.
109.
Let's see that cover
this
again,
is-
Eris.
108's a
Apocalypse.
The change in the story arc here is finally Rick is evolving his plan to get Negan, but he's teaming up with Hilltop and
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel has a lion.
He
so
does.
in this issue, we are introduced to Ezekiel.
25-17.
And basically,
What?
and then I said never mind. And basically, I think Jesus is the one that the guy named Jesus. Not to be confused with.
Well, I wanted to talk to you guys about that because
from
Big
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski, not that Jesus.
that's been out for at least, what, 5-6 issues now?
I mean, say what?
5-6 issues.
What
Jesus
about
has been
with
in
Jesus?
there.
No,
Yeah.
Jesus has been around for
About 12?
10
Okay.
more.
Do you believe that he's Jesus?
No, actually, they reveal it in issue 109. His name is actually like Patrick or something. And
Well, no, but
somebody
how
call
they
him-
like enunciate it, because he always kind of looks.
Oh, you mean like how they actually say it?
Yeah, he looks
no,
like
they
a
call him
Jesus.
Jesus.
They do.
Jesus.
They
Jesus.
do. Because one of the guys is like, I'm not calling you that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was like, I will not call you Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Everybody else calls him that just because he's kind of this grubby looking dude with long hair.
But he's the one kind of bouncing
But-
back and forth between.
He's our new
Ezekiel
Tyrese, I
and-
feel.
Well, actually, more like the new Glenn.
You think? No,
Yeah, because Glenn's
no,
always
you don't know that kind of get
resourceful
to
and-
kind of person though. Tyrese, when he first came on, he was hot. He was hot for a long time, even up until when he was locked up in the gymnasium or whatever it was at the prison.
Right.
And then what was he in there with, a hammer? Or didn't he have some small implement?
That was actually the last episode I read.
And
Yeah,
he
but-
I'm a little behind.
he came out. Remember, they came after him 2 days
But
later.
it's not about the toughness.
And that's what they
it's
used
about
on
the
Carol.
resources.
That's what they used on Carol.
All right, camera guy apocalypse.
Yeah, okay. Anyhow, take that,
Ding,
guys.
ding, ding.
You guys, do you want to come sit up here for a minute?
No. But I do want to add my little 2-bit to The Walking Dead because I do follow. I hate you guys.
Well,
Bud Light for everyone.
what we're finding out is Negan has a lot more enemies than he thinks. He's got the people that he's tortured in his own clan that are turning against him. He's got Ezekiel, and then he's got the Hilltop people that Jesus is still trying to convince.
And they're starting to realize that he's got a lot of people out in outposts watching over the different camps.
Yep.
So his headquarters really isn't that well defended. So now they're thinking maybe we can go in and do something about this guy because he doesn't seem to have that much muscle at the
Although
HQ.
at the end of 109, Jesus figures out he may have told the wrong guy.
Oh,
Remember that?
telling
that
his,
guy's like
yeah.
disappeared. He's probably running right to Negan to tell him everything.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Major spoiler for the
So-
camera guy.
There's a
Anyhow,
lot going on.
You know,
here.
you had the opportunity to read it.
I did, but you know what? It all sounds good, and I'll probably read it after this night, and I will not remember a thing.
But it's funny, like.
Hey, we'll head to the curve in after this. You won't remember nothing.
Oh, that plug was sponsored to you by Pop Culture Network. Just kidding.
Right.
But ultimately, this is. It's funny because, like, in the Walking Dead TV show, everything's building up to, that final firefight, and then it ended into nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas this is building into a real war. I mean, this is going to be.
Yeah, okay,
I
we'll
can't
talk
see
about
how this could be dissolved into not being a big battle.
Let's talk about the TV show for just 1 second. We're going to have a big battle where everybody just basically runs away. And then the governor shoots everybody except for his 2 guys. They disappear.
Right. Yeah.
And now you've got a busload of old women and children coming into prison. That's not a good setup.
No.
It's not a good payoff.
No.
Like, in no way does any of that bounce out and make me happy. Oh, how'd you get that all wet?
I don't know.
Did you pee all over that?
Yes.
That's not a good idea.
You must not like that one.
Kids, do not pee on your comics.
Not on your bags and boards.
We do not support that.
The more
Anyways.
you know.
So I guess we both agree on how that's all going on.
Oh, I miss those Saturday mornings.
All right, so what else you got?
Oh, well, as you know, I got a new tablet, so I don't remember all the digital stuff I read. So I'm just going off paper
Well, why don't you
here.
pick up the tablet and look through it?
It's like what I read before. It's on what?
Oh, it's on the old tablet.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, what about Uncanny Avengers? Do you care anymore?
No, I'm really annoyed with it now. I'm really annoyed.
That book is just junk as far as I'm concerned anymore. I think the artwork got better when Cassaday left, which is really weird because I've always enjoyed his stuff before.
Copio or Coipel?
Well, no, now they've got new people working on it. Cassaday's out. I don't know if he just got too slow and they need people to fill in or what the deal was, but he's out. And then the last couple, they've had Thor fighting with Apocalypse, but it's like young Apocalypse, so he's not as powerful. So yeah, it's like, why is this happening now? Like, why are you telling us this story now? Obviously, it's going to set up for something, but I don't really care. You know, it's like you got to make it count while you're doing it, not 6 issues in the future. Oh, look at your password.
Let's see it.
Are we going to talk about Invincible 102?
Okay, well, we did get ahead, although we haven't talked about Invincible Universe 1. Did you read Invincible Universe 2?
No, I haven't read
Oh,
it.
you haven't read that.
Do you want to wait? Because that's big.
Wait.
I think you were more...
What?
We'll take a break when we
minutes?
talk about it. Or...
18 minutes.
Has it been 18 minutes already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, we better take a break.
All right, we will take a quick break here.
Yeah, thanks for busting me out, asshole. I meant to say.
What do you mean, I bust you out?
Camera guy's
That's
supposed
what
to be
you're there
silent.
for. You're part of the show, Jeffy.
Yeah, no, but that's like undercover
All right.
stuff.
Somebody give me Invincible 102 so I don't...
All right, we're going to pass around
All
to
right.
Jeffrey. We'll be right back.
Peace.
So, folks, welcome back. We're going to talk about Invincible 102 and
Invincible Universe 2.
number 2 as well. A twofer.
A 2 for Boofer?
Yes.
These are not out yet, so we can't do complete spoilers.
Or like a 1.5, really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a 2 for... One was not quite there.
You don't like Universe, right?
I didn't care for it.
Okay.
Did you like the first issue of Universe?
Well, he hasn't read one. I just like.
I just read the
two.
second one. To be honest, I've only read half of the one I gave a half rating.
Well, at the end of one, we realized that the with that gangster guy with the metal jaw thing.
The old man.
Yeah, he has this
Dragon in
ancient
him.
dragon spirit that's inside of him.
I mean, he was in the regular Invincible, right?
He
Yeah,
was
he
like
was, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a one-hit wonder villain. He didn't, he was, and that's the
He
thing that
wasn't really...
Kirkman loves to do this. Like he'll show you a villain. The villain may get defeated or disappear or whatever, but they always seem to come back. Like he never forgets
But
old storylines.
Kirkman didn't write this.
Hester.
Phil Hester writes Invincible
Okay.
Universe.
Well, it's okay.
So-
It's in line.
But it's a similar vein.
Yeah, it's in the Kirkman universe,
Right.
but it's actually written by Phil Hester.
I thought the writing style was similar, though.
Well,
It is,
Hester
well.
Hester chose to bring back this character.
Well, Hester also wrote, I believe he wrote Guardians of the Galaxy, or Guardians of the Galaxy, Guarding the Globe,
Okay.
with the Global Guardians, that mini series,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
6-issue thing. So that's gone. That series is gone, never coming back.
So
And
in Universe number-
Invincible Universe is taking its place.
Well, at the end of Universe number 1, they're trying to prevent this guy from dying for the dragon to come out. Well, obviously, at the end of 1, the dragon comes out, and they're like,
they're
"Oh
trying
crap,
to
what
do
are we
like-
gonna do?"
Yeah, I can't give away what they're doing, right?
No, I guess we really can't.
Well, we can talk about why the dragon comes out, because they talk about that in the first issue.
Okay.
So why? Tell us what's going on with the little lockjaw Asian man with the dragon inside of him.
Well, okay, they did a short excerpt on his background, and I don't remember it.
It was not memorable.
He's basically he's really old. A lot of his body is robotics. There's very little of his human body left.
Right.
And as he loses body parts, it's becoming harder for him to control this dragon. So Robot is hoping to work his brain and take part of the brain and do some work on it, whatever, and somehow augment it, make it stronger, so this guy has better control over the dragon. So there'd be enough humanity left inside.
Right.
Well, at the end of the first issue, Dragon pops out, starts destroying stuff, and they go, okay, something's obviously wrong. So here, you find out...
What was the first hint? The dragon?
So you find out that the guy is basically unconscious. His brain is not responding, and so this has made the dragon come out, and this guy is slowly dying, and as he's dying, the dragon is getting more powerful. So Robot has to try to find a way to save this guy's life so that the dragon doesn't become all-powerful and destroy the world. So that's basically your setup on that.
Right.
Okay, so without giving away how he is able to defeat the dragon... oh, well, it's understood.
Yeah.
Because the world doesn't end. That would be the end of their comics line. So obviously they say...
It's going to be an ongoing series of 2.
But, so what are some of the stuff like... There's the Thor.
Well, there's new characters. So there's like Kid Thor.
What do you think of Thor? This Thor character?
And they call him Kid Thor too, which I thought was
it's just kind of funny, whatever. But if he lets go of his hammer, he starts to die.
Yeah,
he starts crumbling into dust.
Right.
Because he's so ancient and old.
Well,
so
he can even crumble into dust, and as long as somebody puts the hammer back in his hand, he comes
back to life.
Whoa.
So,
which is funny because he's like making out with his girlfriend, but he can't let go of the hammer.
He's like, it will always be with us. She's like, always?
I really want to
you'll get used to it.
I really want to make a crass joke about not letting go of the hammer.
Hit the top. Hit the top.
I'm always carrying a hammer. It's hammer time.
What is it? You don't take a knife to a cockfight, or you don't take a hammer to a...
Well, you wouldn't want it the other way either. So, I mean, do you like the character? Do you like Kid Thor and his girlfriend?
There's not much going on. It's not really enough
I skimmed
content.
through that.
It's only a couple issues, so it's really kind of hard to feel it out.
Is it?
We're just full of all kinds of...
Am I being a snob where I was like, it's Kid Thor, and I skimmed right past that page.
Yeah, see,
that panel was
the
just
fact that, it basically... kind of a rip on the Marvel Thor, sort of, or the mythical Thor.
As I said, they've had Thor a lot longer than they've had Marvel comics.
That's true.
Just to let you know.
Okay.
Might clue you in on
Thor
that.
Came
just
first.
a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
I'm trying to remember, there's what are the other superheroes they have involved here?
Oh, there's weird Electro guys. There's a lot of...
There's the Teen Wolf guy.
They bring in
everybody... all the
Astonishing Wolfman is in there.
Yeah.
But characters that get 2 minutes of notice in other episodes.
They bring in just a bunch of guys so that they can draw some
There's a pseudo-Flash guy. He's kind of like Flash, but he's not Flash.
There's some guy with robot body parts who's missing an arm.
He's like Cyborg.
But
the Kirkman... I know this isn't Kirkman, but, he likes to do that spin, that spoof of comic universes. He kind of... when I first started reading Invincible, I thought it was kind of like a dig on just cheesy superhero.
A bunch of stuff. I know, I thought it was the cheesiness actually became endearing when it was well done.
And then it got really serious real fast,
Yeah.
So, I think this is still kind of... And, in your defense, I kind of see, reading just issue 2 and not reading issue 1, it would seem really kind of just dull.
Yeah,
I do think I like how they're giving more story to Cecil.
Okay, they are.
That was cool. I did like that. I didn't feel like they ruined him either.
Yeah, they give you a lot more of his day to day, what he's really like, because you only know him through the Invincible interactions.
Right. And half of his interactions
I can't pull up.
You're like, I hate this guy.
Yeah, I know he's like a jerk.
I can't pull up the two-page spread, but I really did like.
Well, here, let me.
That I want to see that too. Yeah, that was a good.
Okay, here.
That'd be a great poster.
Oh, are you
here, wait. You go back a page.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna put it together.
There we go.
All right.
Nice.
There you go. There's your 2-page spread.
Yeah, that would be a great poster.
You got that, cameraman? You following me? All right. So anyway,
so universe, I'm kind of lukewarm with it. I mean, it could be. It could be great. It could be just kind of run of the mill.
I like it more than Fantastic Four.
It's an ongoing.
Oh, I can say that. I like that more than Uncanny Avengers.
I gave up on Fantastic.
You know, I read some of the side comics. I don't know how you say that. Just the spin-offs, like Rexplode and Adam Eve. And I thought they were pretty good. And then this one, it didn't really like.
I like this more than the Rexplode and Adam Eve.
I don't know. I thought Rexplode was pretty cool myself.
All right, so now
we're going to talk about Invincible 2.
Invincible 102. Coming out, what, May 4th? Is that when this comes out? Something like that. So, Invincible 102, obviously, we don't want to give away too many spoilers.
Like this one?
Yeah, you can't really mention that.
You really can't mention any of the comic, really.
But it's, you got Porn Stash Alien and Porn Stash Dad get into a fight. Because obviously that's the setup for that at the end of the last issue.
Well, okay, can we talk about the fight a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk about the fight.
It's pretty brutal.
It's a Viltrumite fight, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's very typical.
Every bit as gory as the previous fights.
This feels more like the fight that should have been in Invincible 100 than the fight you actually got in Invincible 100.
Right.
Which wasn't much of a fight.
It was just a beat down.
Right, and then it didn't even end the way we thought it was going to end.
So. No, that was kind of...
It's like, he's dead. No, he's not dead. That was actually a clone.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, they killed him.
Well,
this is awesome.
And like I said, I believe the last Comiholics, I kind of knew that was coming because his body was naked. It's like all of a sudden, first he had a uniform on, and then he's naked. And he gets his head crushed, but... So.
I just figured he was going to regenerate from whatever.
Also, one thing I will say, Porn Stash Alien does actually lay out the whole kind of history of the dad.
They've hinted at, which is they've done a really good job of that.
Right, well, because they kind of gave you like little hints along the way of what was going on with the son.
Well, you always
storyline with the son, but here it's like straight up telling the dad, all right, laid out for real. This is what it is.
And they tie into the earlier comics where they've rendered the Porn Stash Alien, is that what we're calling him?
Sure.
They rendered him with a bunch of stuff, and you're like, what is he doing? What's going on with... I don't want to give it away. But they showed him in his... brooding on his throne, and they kind of explain some of the background from
some
that
of the choices
comic.
he's made and why he got into power and all that stuff too. So yeah, I enjoyed this is a key issue.
Yeah, it's getting back to the heart.
I thought this was more interesting than 100.
Yes,
I'm gonna throw that out there.
I
was not that
this
interested.
This could have been 100.
This should have been 100.
Yes. Well, that's what I just said a minute ago.
Yeah, well, I agree. If you said it, good job.
Can I show this picture?
No, you cannot show that picture.
That was the one I wanted to talk about.
Picture.
That's the one I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, the other 2-page spread? Yeah, no, we cannot talk about that one.
It shall not be named until, the 4th?
Yeah.
It shall not be spoken of.
But needless to say, if you, read Invincible, and then, after issue, 60, whatever, you kind of gave up on it and whatever... Now's the time to pick it back up. When 102 comes out, pick up 102. And just start from here and go on, because this is going to explain so much stuff. You're going to enjoy it.
Like the brutality in this.
Yeah, the fight is
definitely
epic.
Well, we can show this fight scene, right? I mean, that's not a giveaway. They don't show... This is right before it gets really bad.
Yeah, you can show that, I guess. So zoom in.
So that's a prelude. That's just... They're warming up.
Yeah, this is them just sparring.
They're just kind of love taps.
Yeah.
And you do get a couple pages at the end of Invincible and Adam Eve.
Oh, brother.
And that soap opera storyline continues. Won't say what happens, but it's there. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? It's
well, we almost speculated that Adam Eve was going to die.
And she didn't.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of oh.
I'm pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah, she's still alive.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Right, did you have anything else in your stack you wanted to talk about? Because we kind of off shot.
No, because we still got Wizard World. I'd like to talk about Wizards.
Oh, well, I've got some stuff to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
Let's talk about some stuff here. Let's get some stuff going.
All right.
Great. Now we got 2 stacks.
No, we're gonna skip some of this stuff. I will say, Batwing.
Yay.
Batwing. This 19 actually. This is part of DC's WTF month. So the fold-out cover is like, oh my gosh, there's a new Batwing coming. And so the setup, the character that they bring in to be the new Batwing is the son of Lucius Fox. Now, Lucius Fox, as far as I can tell, in the comics, has never had a son before. But Lucius Fox in Batman Beyond had a son. And so the son, in here, his suit for the new Batwing looks like the Batman Beyond suit.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of being red, it's blue. But otherwise, it looks like the Batman Beyond suit. So you've got the son of Lucius Fox coming in wearing a suit that looks like Batman Beyond. It's kind of a neat little like Easter egg, whatever, for people who've been following stuff along for a long time.
I don't follow that comic, but is Lucius Fox, did he originate in the movies?
No, he originated in the comics in the
and
70s.
yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm
they added him
sorry.
to the comics. Yeah.
I know, that's a newbie one. I apologize to you hardcore fans.
This
Fail.
Supergirl. Here's the one thing.
I like
Supergirl.
Batman. It's cool.
Oh, Supergirl. I'm reading Supergirl.
Did you read this one?
Yes.
All right. Here's the key thing in here.
got
Power Girl. Power Girl gets a new outfit because her outfit
Is
the
it revealing enough?
and it's the boob window's back.
Yay!
Yay!
Hooray!
Is that
Power
what that-
Girl's boob
is that-
window
is that what
that's
that-
the official term.
Boob window.
Is the boob window. So there you go, everybody. Pick up
Nice.
Supergirl 19. You get the boob window back on. Power
Honestly,
Girl.
you know, it's a good strategy because you distract your enemies.
Well, and the neat thing is,
Like getting in a fight, like I really don't want to hit her,
the thing I enjoy about this
or
is
maybe I do.
Power Girl is Supergirl of Earth 2. She was Supergirl on Earth 2, and then she becomes Power Girl when she comes to the new 52 universe, so that there's not 2 Supergirls running around. And they actually drew them to look alike. So I like the fact that it's actually like, okay, this is the same person from an alternate universe,
Right.
and they actually do that through. So I thought that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Let's see. Batman the Dark Knight. This is the first storyline in this book that I've actually enjoyed. It's taken issues 18 and 19 to finally tell a story.
And
that was,
you hung,
I was gonna say, you
stuck it
hung-
to the-
you hung in
there.
for the goodness.
I hung in there, and now it's good. Ethan Van Sciver, fantastic artwork, always. The Mad Hatter is brought in, and the Mad Joker.
There's not enough Mad Hatters.
Joker in the new 52 is a completely different character
Right.
than what he was before. Mad Hatter in here is like the old Joker.
Same. Oh.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
we kind of fixed it in a sense. Action comics, not good. Not good.
It hasn't been good for
Storyline.
like 3 or 4 issues.
Unequivocally.
I do like the Ultimate Universe, all the Ultimate Universe stuff. I read all of that. There's only 3 books. It's easy to follow. They had a massive civil war, and America started to fall apart.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back together. Captain America is president of the United States. The mutants have their own Indian reservation that they're living on. I enjoy it.
They
And the
can't drink
Riz.
alcohol, though.
No alcohol in the.
They got meth problems.
Star Trek prequel.
I haven't read that issue. I've read up to 3.
It's a good story.
I see it?
It's really well done. Doesn't seem to tie into the movie at all,
shit.
except for the very last page of the comic. The character of John Harriman, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
No, Harriman's the captain. I forget who it is, but Sherlock, when he appears on the very last page, and that ties it into the movie. I can't tell how the story itself actually ties into the movie. So maybe there will be something in the movie that leads back to it, but unlike when the first Star Trek movie came out, they did a prequel series that told you everything happened in the Next Generation universe, and then they go back in time, and that's where the new movie starts. This one, I'm not sure how it ties in at all. Clayface reappears in Batman 19. I love Clayface.
Cool.
I like this version of the character, so that's some good stuff.
You still read Team 7 and
I
Deathstroke?
I read Deathstroke.
You
I only
like
bought
Deathstroke,
that
don't you?
Team 7 because it ties in. Rob Liefeld has left Deathstroke, and it's fantastic again. And they canceled it because the sales
Stab.
were so low, and Rob Liefeld did it. So Rob Liefeld killed the book. They fired him from it, and they're still canceling it again. My kids love Peanuts. This is like their favorite comic.
Yay.
Oh, that's cool.
They still make it, and so
That's like a parenting win right there.
Yeah, I know. Like, some 8-year-old kid the other day was talking about watching Walking Dead. I'm like, you're 8. You should not be watching Walking Dead. My son's 8. He reads Peanuts and Garfield and Pokemon. All right? That's what an 8-year-old's supposed to do.
My daughter knows that we watch a zombie movie, but she's not allowed to partake of it.
Justice League. They're starting the Trinity War. This is a really good issue. I love this.
I haven't read that issue yet. But
you haven't read this issue? It's good. It is good. You're going to enjoy that. We got some free comic book day stuff.
Yay!
Point out some of these. These are coming out.
That have not come out yet.
Yeah, these.
What, May 1st?
May.
Beginning of May.
Yeah, it's the first Saturday in May. These are coming. That may be May 4th, actually. But free comic book day. Red 10. This is a prequel to the series that's out now. There are 2 issues out, I think, of this. This gives you some background on the character and sets everything up. This is the Oxymoron, who we will talk about later because we have the Oxymoron hardcover that we'll discuss later on the show tonight. You don't have to zoom in on that. Yeah.
No, I was going to say. Hey, 1 minute left.
Okay. But some of the other stuff, Beware the Batman for the new comic series, or the new cartoon show, sets it up. Pretty much the same as every other version of Batman, except Alfred. Alfred's like a thug-looking dude. He looks like one of the henchmen from the TV show. Absolution is coming back with a new series, so they set that up. Superman for your free comic day, it's a reprint. So, I was excited. I read it. I was like, wow, that's really good. Oh, wait a minute. This seems familiar.
This seems familiar.
Walking Dead is also a reprint for free comic book day.
Yay.
But I will say this. These 2 reprints are better than the free book that Marvel's putting out. Marvel's putting out a book that ties into their new series Infinity, and it's trash. It's like 5 pages of nothing, and then a bunch of reprint stuff that they're doing.
So it's not very infinite.
It's
Oh, and we got to look at that. That was really cool.
Very finite.
And then we'll talk about this real quick.
TMNT?
This came out. This is from the original series.
Wait, are they aliens?
No.
30 seconds.
Yes!
All right.
30 seconds. Yes,
This book is printed with the artwork in the original size when he drew the original concept pages. It's got his original notes.
It's only $10.
And then in the back it shows
the same pencil I do.
It shows the script, and then it shows as he did some of the shading on there, and like he did it multiple times because he wanted it. Like he didn't like his first try, so it shows you his second try. You know, so you can get an idea of the process and his notes. Good stuff. We're going to a commercial. We'll be right back after this. Fine, we'll talk about Wizard World. Go.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Wizard World
St. Louis.
I have...
Show him your shirt. Here, walk around the front. Show him your shirt.
I'm going to show you buttholes.
Don't leave the shirt on.
He's like waving it. It flies across the street.
Throws it
by
above our
nothing
faces.
but Maine.
Someone got a Wizard World shirt.
Yep.
Are you on camera? Are you sure you're on
They
camera?
did me good. They did. Yes.
You didn't flip the thing around so you can
Nope.
see it. Make sure you're on. All right.
So I had the pleasure of taking my children and my wife to Wizard World the first time she had ever gone to a con.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for somebody who's never been to a con before and going to Wizard World St. Louis, I think you're going to be satisfied.
If you're just there to like buy some stuff,
right?
See
If you're
some neat
not, but if you're
things,
there to see panels. And see more meet and
or a
greet.
lot of talent that wasn't there, but I mean, you got to see
Adam West, or not Adam West, Stan Lee
Lee.
was there.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really get much more talent than that.
What's her name?
Lori Holden.
Lori Holden was there.
Yeah. Billy D. Williams.
Yes, Billy D. Williams.
Although wrestling superstar
Here's the ones that I
Virgil
met
was
on
not.
Sunday. Was Billy D.
Yep.
And then I met Henry Winkler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
And
him.
then, man, I know this is viral and everything, but that blonde-head dude from the Harry Potter movies.
Oh yeah,
Malfoy.
Yeah, he shook hands with Benton.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, by the way, there was also Pikachu, and she kind of hung out with us. She was crazy.
Pikachu's everywhere.
So anyway, the show was basically like there were no. Like, none of the big publishers were there.
I mean, Artist
None of
Alley
the
was
little
present.
publishers were there.
First time for St. Louis?
It was the first time they did St. Louis, so, it was a little small. They did have a new publisher, like Lions Den? Lionsgate? No, not Lionsgate.
Was
that Lions Pride?
Was that the one with the interactive, like you got a bag and stuff? That was neat.
They're doing all digital comics.
Yes.
So it's all like online, no print.
Right.
They're the first company that's like, they have a lot of money. I mean, they had a big
their advertisement
display.
was great.
They were giving away, like, you could win, I guess, iPads.
Yes.
If you found like these coins hidden around, you could take them up and then spin the wheel and had a chance to win whatever. So I mean, they were the only publisher that was actually there, and they were a significant size booth in the middle.
I saw them. I walked by them, but I had 2 little children I was chasing around. I was basically buying everything they saw while they were there. So.
That was the best time.
I know,
honestly.
that was great.
No, because we got a bag from them and a T-shirt.
I didn't have time to because my 3-year-old was all over the place. I didn't have time to stand and wait.
I will say I'm gonna beg to differ for both of you two because they made me feel like is that Radcliffe? Is that the one that did Time Bomb and they did a few other of the 3-part issue hard? They were almost like graphic novel size.
I know the company you're talking about, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I think it's Radcliffe, but is it not? But that's what it made me feel of because it was just like, wow, very cozy, but yet they did shoot the whole digital. And in my aspect is that they put a lot of money in advertisement just for that one booth.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, they obviously have some money behind them.
I was very impressed, and yeah, I'm going to come back to it because it was Family Day, and man, those guys did us right.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun with the kids, and for that sole purpose of just the kids, and it's overload for a small child. There's just so much to see, and it was a great experience on that level.
They did have the people that build the R2-D2s.
Yeah,
yes.
They're this big and interactive, and they had a couple of those that would walk around.
And there were a lot of toy booths and stuff, so it was perfect for the kids. But yeah, yet again, for somebody who press going into something like that. You're not gonna meet a whole slew of talent. There was definitely a lot of talent there, but not like you're gonna see at C2E2. And there's no panels or anything like that.
Why are you kind of sounding biased there?
They had panels there, but the panels were smaller. They normally, if you go to New York Comic Con, C2E2 in Chicago, San Diego Comic Con, those will have the DC editorial board up there talking about all the books coming out. They'll do Jeff Johns and Jim Lee will sit there and talk about what they're writing. Bendis will be there talking about what he's writing. None of that was happening here. You had Jay Nitz, I think is how you pronounce his name, and he was talking about how you draw a cover, which I mean it's interesting, but you're not getting comic news. Which is what you get at a C2E2 or New York Comic Con.
Well, what I did to take advantage of the situation, because there weren't a lot of panels I was running back and forth to see, and I couldn't anyways, was I did hit Artist Alley and met with some independents. And one of the trades I picked up was Tanked, and this is a C2E2 exclusive. I'm sorry, Wizard World exclusive. Wizard World St. Louis exclusive.
Tint it. It's got a little glare to it. Tint it. There you go. Good.
And I got to meet quite a few of the people involved with this book at the table, and they signed it for me.
Good.
Nice guys. Actually, and they were very open to discussion about this. This is... I really love the cover.
What? Wait, which company is this?
This is Ink and Drink.
Ink and Drink.
Is the name of the publisher.
Comiholics?
That sounds like Comiholics.
Yeah.
No,
the guys were really cool. This is a compilation of a bunch of different war stories.
Okay. Do they have anything in common?
No, they're all random collections.
Okay.
Everything from sci-fi to Mexico, April 30th, 1863.
So the Mexican-American War.
Mexican-American War to World War I, Blood in the Trenches, to a real bizarre. I don't even know how you describe this art.
Well, you could show it to the camera.
Yeah, I mean the art is a wide variety. It's and the stories even this has kind of got that Japanese animation feel here. Just the story before that. A lot of thought went into like putting this collection together, and it's all completely different. You know, this would be a great tabletop book. I mean, it's just
bathroom book.
Yeah,
tabletop book.
Put that in, like right next to the toilet so you can.
No, I mean just the sense that you know.
Well, I'm gonna say you read like a 10-page story
right.
while you're sitting there. You know, save the for next time.
It was hit and miss too. I have to say, you know, some of the works in here were.
Some are better than others.
Right.
You usually get that in an anthology.
Like this one here, like I don't think there's a single word spoken, and it's like a World War I
like enemy ace, yeah,
fight scene or you know air fight, and then this is like this like bizarre Lucifer Angel and Demons story, and it's like a 4-page. Actually, this one was pretty good actually, and then this one was really bizarre. This was like a spin-off of, like, let's say, all of the Greek gods could, like, Facebook and tweet each other and text. And it just, like, it was just really strange. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I picked it up. It was $20 for this, but it was an exclusive, so I thought it was pretty cool. And they signed it, and I had an opportunity to talk to some of the writers and artists that did volunteer to talk with us if we wanted to. So overall, it was a fun read. It was a quick read. Great introduction. What I love about going down Artist Alley is because you never know. That guy that you could be talking to this year could really hit it big, and next thing you know, he's drawing for Marvel. You know,
right?
Or, you know, he's just a starving artist that just loves what he does. You know, I mean, you have to be really passionate about what you do to put this much work to putting together the straight paperback. And this is good quality, you know. So I appreciated the time that I had with those guys, with Ink and Drink. They're doing good stuff, and that's all I got to say about that.
Quick note, the company we were talking about is Lion Forge Comics. They actually debuted at Wizard World St. Louis.
Oh, okay. Well,
so their first foray into the public domain was at Wizard World St. Louis. So there you go. And then it looks like they're still...
good for them, because they were basically the only real major publisher.
Yeah, they were the only publisher that was there.
That's a
Yeah, I was going to say, they made
move,
waves, at least in the St. Louis area.
Right.
And then they went to WonderCon in Anaheim. That was their second big show. So, anyway. All right, so, just to talk about that.
And I also gave you a bunch of other like bizarro indie stuff. Did you any of them like off the top of your head?
They're sitting in my house.
Okay.
So forgot to grab them. So no.
I think a couple of those I wish I wouldn't have gave it time for, and then a couple other ones I'm like, wow, this is really good stuff. You know, groundbreaking. But.
All right, the book that I'm going to talk about here. This is Oxymoron hardcover.
Nice.
This was originally, I believe, a Kickstarter project. It's published through Comics Tribe, and this character of the Oxymoron is kind of like the easiest way to describe him is say it's their version of the Joker, and that's just the easiest way to put it out there. He's the maniac. He kills people. He laughs, has fun, that kind of stuff.
He looks like Deathlock,
and he's drawn differently because this is another anthology, kind of like yours. So different writers, different artists.
Like on the back, he looks like Deathlock.
Yeah, well, and then here's... there you go. But like, Oxymoron. So he's wearing a button that says, I love deafening silence. He always looks for some sort of angle where something doesn't make sense. The stories in here run the gamut. Again, there's some that are really good. There's some that are terrible. Some of these things, some of the stories bothered me because they were so poorly written, and there are some that were so well written, it was hard to believe that they were, the same compilation.
Well, I have to ask you, what do you think weighs more in your mind? A well-drawn book with poor narration, or the opposite? Like,
I can get past artwork not being the best
great.
if it's a really good story that hooks you.
Okay, I agree, because I really think that words matter.
Prison Pit.
For example, Prison Pit. I mean, the dialogue in it is a masterpiece.
For instance, like this one, the Oxymoron is attacking people because Well, he always goes for the oxymoron, right? Okay, so he's going after this guy who he calls LL Fool K.
He looks like the Mask.
Well, hold on. Not LL Cool J, LL Fool K, because this guy is an actor and a musician. And he's saying you should pick one and not be both, because apparently it's an oxymoron to be an actor and a musician. Like, what? What? Like, that's poorly written. Okay, not only that, then he goes after Brian Reynolds because he's an actor that's doing both a Deadpool movie and a Green Lantern movie, except they swap the colors. Well, you can't be in two different comic universe movies. That's an oxymoron.
That's not right.
No. And then not only that, but LL Fool K, Brian Reynolds, but then right in the middle he goes, you've got good abs. Who's your teacher? Ravishing Rick Rude? Ravishing Rick Rude, that's a real name. So you avoided a real name, but then you use a real name
at the end.
So it's like that was the worst one in the
And he looks like the Mask.
Well,
he looks like Jim Carrey.
In this particular one, he does. But if you turn to some of the others, like there's one here where he's attacking a beauty pageant. And as he's going through, he's slowly attacking and dismembering the women. And you just see this, like, he just gets bloodier and bloodier and bloodier. Cool. And there's Red and the Crimson Kid, who's Batman and Robin.
Right.
Except it's a female Batman, but Robin is basically the same. So it has that Batman and Robin overtones. Like I said, this is the Joker.
Yeah.
Right. So it does kind of follow into that same. You get kind of a quirky story where he attacks like this orphanage to steal all the Christmas presents, but one of the kids is like a total thug and kind of beats him up, and then wakes up all the other kids, so they think that he's Santa Claus. Oh, and it's kind of like a cute story of this homicidal maniac.
Yes,
homicidal maniac. So again, like all over the place with it, and some of these really stand out as really good, and some of them are just terrible. Right. So. Overall, though, I enjoyed it. Like, really, that one story bothered me the most. Like, if this story hadn't been in there, I think I would have enjoyed this book a whole lot more. That one just didn't make sense. But a lot of them just they really do have good artwork. The story is good. The dialogue is crisp and snappy and makes sense in a lot of the other stories. Here he's cutting off the head of Jason Voorhees. On that one. That one's kind of nifty right there. So you do have a bunch of pinups in the back, too. So
you're getting a little extra.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything.
You better get something for your hardcover. I'm sorry, but hardcovers are expensive.
Now,
it's got to have some extras.
In the Red 10 Zero, what do I do with those comics?
This is Frank Miller's Holy Terror.
Free Comic Book Day, one of the books available is Red 10 Zero that I mentioned we were talking about. This story that's here... is actually reprinted in that Red 10 Zero to give you an idea, because this character of the oxymoron appears in Red 10, and he's the main villain in that series. So they reprinted this one, and this story, the Joker guy sets up bombs all over town, and they have a volume sensor. So if it gets too loud, then they'll explode. Has to be quiet. So the whole town has to be quiet.
Huh.
So everybody has to be completely silent while they're going through trying to find these bombs. Well, this female cop tracks him down, figures where he is, gets into the fight with him. He makes a run for the roof, and he just starts laughing. He's happy, and she's like, I'm going to take you down. Why are you so happy? And he goes, you didn't check the weather report. There's a storm coming in. So, boom, lightning, thunder. Well, what happens when you get thunder and you have volume-controlled bombs? And she's like, why? We figured out the secret. We figured out the trick, whatever. And he's like, I just want to see the city burn. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm a madman.
That you figured it out.
It's like I
got the Riddler.
Yeah. So, overall, fun character.
What's the background behind this character? Like,
there's no origin to his. He's just the madman on the scene. Yeah. Okay. So you don't get the luxury of understanding him. And like I said, when he's written correctly, he's a character that's a lot of fun in his homicidal. Ways.
Do you think it's too closely linked to the Joker?
In a sense, well, okay. One of the writers,
white face, red lips.
One of the writers, when he was writing Red 10, it's basically the Justice League, and Joker has set up this thing to kill the members of the Justice League. Except it's not the Justice League; it's the American Superhero Society or whatever. And he says that, you know, his dream would always be to write Batman and to write Superman and to write Green Lantern. But he's not getting that opportunity. He's an indie guy. So he's creating his own characters, but that's obviously who you're supposed to be thinking of. So you're supposed to think that it's like the Joker. You're supposed to think that it's Batman and Robin. That's obviously the point of it.
Okay.
It's just he's doing his take on those characters. He just doesn't have the rights to them.
Okay.
Basically. And so that's kind of also part of the fun, is that some of these stories are...
An oxymoron?
Well, no, some of these stories would never make it to
Nice.
DC. Like, DC editorial wouldn't allow him dismembering the cheerleaders graphically, the blood spray, and picking up the arm and waving it around and stuff, Okay. So that's part of the fun of it as well. So, oxymoron, good stuff. All right, so...
Tanked, good stuff.
We will take one last break.
Right.
And then we come back, we'll run down some of the stuff with C2E2.
Right.
That we're looking forward to, that you'll be able to check out on the next episode of Comiholics.
Oh, so how fast are we going to post that? Are we going to post it that night?
It depends. It depends on the speed of the internet in the hotel.
How was it last time? It wasn't that bad, was it?
It wasn't that... You had to pay like $10, I think, and you got pretty decent speed. Right. So, it might be one of those things where Saturday night we set it to upload and we go to sleep, and maybe by morning it'll be ready to go. So, but anyway, we'll be right back. What is this?
Folks, bear with us. He's trying to figure out...
Map your show.
Map your show. I don't see it. I see maps. So, we're both kind of messing with this this whole C2E2 scheduler, going through the exhibitors and the panels.
I got an overlap.
You got an overlap, huh?
I got an overlap.
Does it give you a warning?
Age of Ultron is overlapping with Creating Comics the Comixology way. You have to go to Ultron, I'll go to Comixology.
Oh, we're going to split that up?
Right. I think we're going to have to. Is that thing recording? Did he just walk out?
I think so. I think we're recording. Let me check. Yes, we're recording.
Huh.
He didn't give us the Wayne's World.
He just kind of took off. What a jerk.
So, what
you're going to go to speed dating?
Since we're sitting here messing with this, because last year we had a lot of problems with the app. It was it kept crashing and
I'm having problems with the app this year as well. So instead, I'm using their website. Look, here's the nice thing: if you buy a nice tablet will actually do the internet stuff like a computer, and you don't need an app. And especially mine, I have Flash on mine, so I can basically do anything that's on the internet on the tablet because. Unlike Apple, Android will support Flash, and even though I'm running Jelly Bean on here, I sideloaded Flash, and so it runs in the stock browser, even though it's not technically supported, so I can still do all the Flash stuff.
And I'm running on Windows 8, which is essentially the same thing. I'm just using.
You're on RT.
RT.
Not Windows 8.
Windows 8 RT.
Okay, so anyway, one of the nice things you can do here is if there's a panel here that you're interested in, you press the little plus sign, and then it puts it on your timeline at the top. So you can see your day and plan your panels, and then if they overlap, you can see there, you got to decide, which one am I going to do because you're both at the same time. So that's kind of nice to be able to plan out what you're doing, because panels is one of the big things I go for.
Right.
I'm more interested in the panels.
That's the only time we actually do work.
Yeah, like we get actual news and stuff.
They tell us stuff about things that are going to happen, and then we tell you.
Although, it kind of depends, because some of your panels will be like, how to play Quidditch 101! You know, like, that's not really big of a thing. But, so some of the stuff, I'm trying to find Nerd, there's Nerd City. All right.
It's at that Saturday.
Oh, Nerd City is the same time as Bruce Boxleitner's Lantern City.
What's Bruce Boxleitner's Lantern City?
The guy from Tron, his new show.
Oh.
Oh, and they both overlap with DDP's yoga. Man.
Diamond Dallas Page's yoga?
Diamond Dallas Page.
Shut up.
He does yoga for regular guys.
What?
He started this whole trend of manly yoga. It's like an aerobic yoga workout.
So, I'm
And so
I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
Diamond Dallas
Page. Is this like dudes like in football jerseys and like sweatpants doing yoga?
He's like, his book, there's like...
Hey, do the serpent now.
There was a guy who was a long-distance trucker who did DDP's yoga workout. And so there's photos of this guy in like his flannel and his jeans, and he's doing the yoga poses. He lost a whole bunch of weight, got in shape.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well,
there's
DDP's
Nerd
all about
City,
positivity.
6:30 on the 27th.
Right.
Saturday.
Which I said overlaps with DDP Yoga and Bruce Boxleitner's Lantern City. This is tough. Tough. All right, so
I
anyway.
want a full report on that yoga one, by the way.
So anyway.
Anyway, what?
What are some of the things that you're signed up for? You got Friday? You got stuff for Friday? Do you have yours? You're using
no,
a different...
because...
You're using a different mobile thing. I don't know what you're using.
I got a new tablet, and I can't go back to what I had saved before. So, no, I don't. I can tell you that I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of conflicted. There's a lot of overlap, just I can tell already. Obviously, I want to hit the big publishers and see what they've got going on.
You've got the DC Entertainment 101.
I can tell you just about anything Marvel, DC, Avatar, Arcadia. I will definitely try to go to those. And everything else in between will just kind of be where those... Because, what happens is with these big publishers is they take up a lot of time, and they usually are in, like, prime time slots.
Right.
So that's why you always get those overlaps.
Like Archaea, I want to go to Archaea because they're going to talk about Labyrinth this year. I know they're going to talk about Labyrinth. It's in the free Comic Day book. They've got a Labyrinth story in there. There's got to be a hardcover coming. They've done 2 Dark Crystals now. So now it's time for Labyrinth. So I definitely want to see what's going on. So my Friday, so far, I've got DC Entertainment 101. That's going to be talking about the toys and collectible stuff. We've got New Frontiers in Digital Comics.
Yeah,
That looks
like
interesting.
those.
I want to see that one. DC Entertainment All Access. That's another one. Digital First Comics, The New Trend. I'd like to check that out.
Marvel House of Ideas.
You can go to that one.
Okay. DC, you already said that. Entertainment All Access. Breaking In.
Yeah, Breaking In the Marvel Way or whatever it's called this year. There's Beer and Comics. 6:30, 7:30 on Friday.
Spotlight on Nick Spencer.
White Scripts, Black Superman, Comics and Identity.
Maybe something good, maybe something bad.
It overlaps with DC All Access. See, that's one problem is that there's so much going on.
IDW on Saturday. I'd like to check that out. Greatest panel in history.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ever.
All right, so so Saturday. Let's see some of the stuff we've got going on here. Marvel: Age of Ultron, creating comics the Comixology way.
Valiant 2013.
DC Comics: The New 52. That's good for getting news and stuff. There's a Batman Q&A.
Dark Horse Spring Fever.
Now this is weird. Batman Q&A overlaps with DC Comics Batman Superman 101. So there's 2 DC panels that are gonna. Although is that really those Batman? Oh, Batman Q&A is Adam West, Burt Ward, and Julie Newmar.
Right.
Okay, so not.
And then Nerd City's in the later in the afternoon, evening.
I don't know, man. DDP Yoga.
Killing me.
I really want to see the box. Bruce.
And that's usually the majority of it. Sunday, there's like usually maybe 1 or 2 panels to catch.
Dark Horse, Spring Fever. Speed dating. We're married, but our wives won't be there.
What happens is C2E2 stays in C2E2. Nothing ever happens, though. That's funny. We've said that. We've gone like 5 years. We always make that statement, but we're such nerds. We just like
we don't try to do anything.
We don't do anything.
There are always some neat things. You'll get advanced digital inking techniques, which it sounds pretty dry, but that's so interesting to go in and watch some of that stuff. The crafting of it, is always just fun to watch.
Vertigo,
you know?
A View of the Cutting Edge of Comics. That'd be a good one.
There's another speed dating.
Well, they have them split up in like sections. Like
video game industry.
Like furries will be one.
Well, I noticed one of them was like gay BLT, whatever that thing is, the GBLT. I don't know. What is it?
It's a sandwich.
Well, okay, I'm aware of what a BLT is. I just don't know why it has to be gay. What's
when you're eating.
What's with these gay sandwiches? There's gonna be one fat guy in there like, I thought we were getting bacon. 10 years of Marvel Mini-Mates, 50 series of awesomeness. But
that'd be good if they give away some cool stuff.
But see, again,
there's no Voltron this year.
Yeah, no Voltron this year. Although Voltron had a booth at St. Louis.
Oh, did they?
At Wizard World, yeah.
Oh.
You didn't see the giant, 8 foot tall Voltron?
I did see it. I did see it in passing.
You can go over and say hi?
An Evening with Kevin Smith. He's going to talk about Clerks 5.
I'm not doing any of those New Jersey movies anymore. I'm making real movies. Hey, your real movies suck. I'm going right back to Silent Bob movies. That's all I'm making from now on. So, I mean, that's a lot of this stuff. We'll take notes, maybe take some pictures, whatever, and then we'll kind of do that as part of our roundup for Comiholics.
Right.
We'll talk about a bunch of that stuff because, we always do a thing with Pop Culture Network where we sit around, we talk about some of the stuff we saw and, people we ran into and, I was in an elevator with George Takei, and just and he tried to grope me and, all of that kind of weird stuff that happens.
He groped me.
But for the Comiholics show, we'll be talking about some of these panels that we go to. We'll find out what makes a BLT gay. We'll see, all these things that are happening. and that will be the next episode of Comiholics, including some of the stuff we've read. We'll read the new Superior Spider-Man, some of those preview comics that we got.
So, we'll still keep things current, but at the same time, C2E2 will be the main topic.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of Star Wars Origami. Another speed dating.
It's crazy.
Jeez.
There's a lot of lonely nerds.
Amazing. Sven Goolin will be signing autographs.
Oh, okay.
It'll be interesting.
Oh, Ron Perlman's going to be there too, right?
Yep, he'll be there.
That's kind of exciting.
What about I have no sewing machine, but I must cosplay?
Paper bags. Markers.
Oh, Booker T. Booker T is going to be autographing.
Oh, yeah. Also, the kid that does Carl, what's his name? He'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew will be there, and Tyrese will be there, too.
Interesting.
Felicia Day will be there. Dave Dorman. Oh, that'd be cool. Dave Dorman doing... I know, Booker T. Hey, can you autograph 5 times? 5 times? 5 times? He just got into the Hall of Fame, by the way. Booker T in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
he's an old dude now.
He's getting up there. Well, he's the commissioner of SmackDown.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So or general manager, whatever they call him. Anyway, all right. So lots of stuff to look forward to at C2E2. This is a big show. This is one of the
biggest
big
one
shows
in the Midwest. I mean,
biggest one in the Midwest, obviously. But if
you're on a budget and you can't make it to San Diego,
I would say the giant show is always San Diego. That's the big thing. I don't like to travel, so I never go. But Killen goes a lot of times. I think maybe Scotty's gone. Rick may end up going. I don't go to that one. This is my big show. I enjoy this show.
This is our Disney World. We get excited about this 6 months in advance. I mean, it's I start saving up for it 6 months in advance. It's everything we love about pop culture in one spot, and the fun. It's kind of like going to a music festival, though, in the sense that a lot of cool things are going on at the same time. So you really got to plan ahead. Luckily, when you can split up into teams, when people have the same interests, like my co-host and I, we'll say, okay, you go to that, I'll go to this, and then we'll concur. But I'm thrilled. I'm ready.
Oh man, Boom Studios is on Sunday. Archaea is going to be on Sunday. We're going to miss...
Are we going to go there during the day Sunday and then go do the toy thing?
No, because the toy thing starts at 8 in the morning. Something ridiculous. So we're going to get up drunk, hungover on Sunday morning, roll out of bed, head to the toy thing. So we're going to miss Captain Cornelius cartoon Lagoon screening.
I don't know what that is. But
We're gonna miss the Brookfield Zoo crafts and activities.
No.
Damn you.
Yeah. Oh, Lion Forge Comics will be there
On Sunday?
on Sunday.
No.
But maybe they'll have a booth. They might
They
be an
should have.
exhibitor
I
at
would
this
think
one.
so.
So if they're there, we'll be sure to try to interview some of those.
Which
guys.
we talked. I really threw this idea out there. I think Pop Culture Network should step it up and we should get a booth.
Well, not this year.
Not this year, but
Well, I mean, one of the problems though is that we want to go out and interview people.
That's
No,
what I'm
we
saying.
can-
Yeah, you don't want to
we
be
can
like in a
get-
booth.
You
I
don't wanna be
mean,
tied down to
no,
a
we
booth.
can get some flunkies to run the booth for us.
To have what at the booth?
me,
We
Here's
sell.
a flyer.
camera guy Dan.
There's not enough space to sell stuff in a small booth. Like no, it doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Oh, hey, do you guys want me to go down to that dollar store?
The dollar store right
Yeah.
now
Yeah, and get you some douches.
What?
because he can't go.
Oh.
Hey, you won't be there. Sucks to be you.
I hate you guys.
Well, if you would hang out like ever, then we
Oh,
could have gotten
whatever.
Yeah, because
Last time we hung out, you're like, I'm gonna check for you. Damn, you might not go.
Hey,
Yeah,
we could have gotten you on the press list if you had been here in like
I
December.
know. Hey, you know what?
But someone wasn't here in December.
Keep talking.
Someone wasn't hanging out.
I know.
Yeah, well,
But we're all here together now. That's what matters.
we'll get you Wizard World Chicago.
Yeah, you guys just get my comic list, and you got to get me the books. So.
Hey, last time I think I went to a Wizard World.
Yeah,
one
you
time.
did. You did get me some good ones from
Yeah.
there, and you got them at another really good price too, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, and let's talk about the Wizard World. You never asked my opinion. The one down in St. Louis, awesome for Family Day. Had a blast with my
On
son.
Sunday?
Like I said, I think
Yes.
for kids it was a great experience.
Did you take your kids down there
Well,
Sunday?
Saturday I did.
Did you get the passports where they got the stamps at the booth?
No.
Did
No.
you guys do that?
I didn't take kids.
Okay.
that
One
works.
thing that Wizard did that was fantastic is they had a
Here, come
passport.
around on this side.
For kids.
Here, come over here and sit. Come over here and sit.
Talk to us about Wizard World.
I'll take a beer. One
You can sit with
What?
him.
No,
You sit with
I'm
him.
getting another beer.
You sit with
No,
him.
he's taking the floor. I got it.
Have a seat.
He's got
Have a
it.
seat.
Who's gonna
Tell us about it.
Who am I gonna sit here with?
Darth Vader.
Hey, Darth Vader. Let me tell you, one thing that Wizard World did fantastic, I think, this year, is they did have something for the kids. And everybody that is from the Midwest, we had a blizzard within 3 or 4 hours span, 18 inches. And my son and I were down in St. Louis, and it was Family Day, and he got a passport. And he also got a key. And so it was all the tables and where they had these stamps to stamp his passport. So
what did he get for collecting the stamps?
he actually got his 36 by 24 stock paper that you actually draw a cell on.
Oh yeah, cool.
And I actually ended up with 4 of them that were TMNTs, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And then another 2 that were Wizards, little characters that they created. Those kind of Powerpuffish girls looking like characters. But no, it was really neat because I hate to say this, but my son, and I have to entertain this for the television. He says he is 3 and a half. He does. He does. Yeah, he does. And every time he does, I'm like, seriously? That's not right. But I showed him when we came through the door, and we had kind of a little traumatic stress from the get-go, and that was not very good of the Midwest. But I don't think it represented everybody. But yeah,
Someone tried to steal his Walking Dead variant cover. Basically, is what happened.
Yeah, for my son.
And but luckily the staff of Wizard stepped in.
They did.
They took care of you.
Very, 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 very well. Very impressed with them. Yeah. Somebody came up and took our pictures and also gave Benton and I some t-shirts. And by the way, I'm wearing tonight's podcast. Look at this plug. Wizard. And man, I saw this on Google one day. Didn't see it the next day. Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it was really neat because what it did was it was really orientated towards children and the family aspect. Because what I had done, and like I said, I gave my 3.5-year-old the key, and it showed all the booths and the tables,
Right.
and there were certain ones that had a star and asterisk or something that represented the ones that gave the stamps for his notebook. and his passport. And whenever he got his passport filled, he went towards this last booth, gave him candy. There was this guy that gave like balloons that he would make up into like a dog gun, whatever. Oh, I'm not sorry. But yeah,
look, I made a giant sausage. Here's my balloon.
It's a worm. It's a snake. It's a snake. It's a worm.
It's a sword. It's a club.
It's duty.
It's a spear. It's an arrow.
But yeah, that's where I got that stock card, and I thought that was really impressive. The stock card was really impressive, and I think seeing some like original cells, and if I ever had money, I would not collect comic books. I would create like cells and like original artwork. But
I think if they do it next time, they need to consider the space a little bit more. I think they could have
Really?
spread it out a little bit more. And on the kids' note,
was it pretty busy?
how
that day
about
that you were
have
there?
some changing stations in the bathroom too?
Uh,
They didn't.
no
have
diaper.
No.
Stations.
And I think they could have spread out the food areas a little bit more. It could have. It felt tight.
It was
felt tight.
well, the floor space of Wizard World in St. Louis compared to like C2E2 in Chicago.
Oh, I wasn't even expecting that kind of level. I just think that they could have done a little bit more space.
Comparison, like C2E2, the main floor of C2E2 is like maybe 2.5 times of what the size of St. Louis was, and Wizard World Chicago is at least double. So again, both of those shows in Chicago are a lot bigger. Again, this is the first year,
Right. So I'm just saying next year.
It was pretty well. And
The
you know
next
what?
year
I mean,
they
I
should-
hear you saying that, but yet at the same time, I remember that if you look at the overall like floor layout, there was like 4 concession stands built in, and then plus all the other
Right.
vendors. But yet, one thing I will say, and I'm kind of knocking you guys a little bit, there was too many gold and silver age people, and I want a little bit newer. I want to like
Right.
finish my arcs.
Yeah, there was definitely.
And that sounds bad, but yeah, I love you guys too, like the gold and silvers.
But
I mean,
again, you go to a bigger show and you're going to have a lot
right?
more of everything.
Yeah, you have that like
And-
plethora and
I mean, and it's at least it's nice to see. Like Neil Adams had a huge booth for him. It's like for someone of. Because a lot of those older guys get forgotten over
They
time.
do, yeah.
And for him to have that huge space that he had, selling all the prints, and he can do a sketch right there in front of you and all that stuff. Like, it was really nice to see him getting credit, you know what I mean? And not being, like, in the back corner, in the dark, you know.
exactly.
like a curtain.
One really
What's in here?
spectacular
Oh, Neil Adams!
vendor flair, I think, was at DCG or the comic book grading company.
Okay.
They had a really good booth, and they did well and they did some reasonable prices, like for the show only. Anyhow,
So there we go. There's a wrap up of Wizard World.
I liked it.
A little foreshadowing
I
of
can't get up to
C2E2.
Chicago. You guys suck.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Is this year 4 or 5 for me? I think 4.
However many years they've done C2E2 is how
Yeah.
many years they've
I think this is a 4th. Maybe it's
So-
a 5th.
Did you didn't go the first year, did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
But I just went like on a Saturday.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget, head to popculturenetwork.com. We're overhauling the site a little bit. It loads faster. We got nicer menus, so it's easier to find stuff. So we're changing the navigation on the site to make it easier to find all that stuff. So look forward to that. We've got the new Pop Culture Network show coming. We'll still have Comiholics, so don't freak out. We'll still do these occasionally. Of course, always go to jointheforums.com, the official message board of the Pop Culture Network. You can always call our 24-hour voicemail line. It's area code 217-953-4025. Again, that's 24-hour voicemail. So don't do like my grandma does. Hello? Pick up!
This is Rory.
are you there,
Pick up!
Dougie?
Hello?
I'll tell you what.
Do you have unclean underwear? No. And I can't hear you because it's voicemail. But anyway, stay tuned. Keep watching. Thanks for watching this. And we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Be back in 2 and 2. No, we're not. But I want to do it anyway.
Okay.
Super.
Did you turn it off?
No.
What are you doing? You doing Yoda?
Guys, love it. 32, 21.
Hi!
I did 4, 5, 6, and a couple of spirit addicts between. I can't remember.
What kind of Quaaludes? What are you talking about?
Yeah, all the